Today it's been announced that the United States National Institutes of Health have made an award to the George Institute China on behalf of a partnership that will create a national centre for research excellence dedicated to the control of chronic diseases and their prevention in China. China faces the largest burden of chronic disease of any country in the world. In China, out of the 10 million deaths every year, 8 million are from chronic disease. In addition, several times that number of people will suffer disability as a consequence of chronic disease. And so the total numbers affected by chronic disease in terms of loss of independence, loss of life, loss of livelihood is vast. The key goal of the centre will be to begin a program of research that's designed to provide policymakers in China with the sort of evidence that they need to make reliable decisions about how best to invest in Chinese healthcare. So our focus will be on the prevention and treatment of chronic disease, and so we will have a range of projects addressing that issue. For example, one of the first studies that we have proposed would be a large-scale study that would aim to look at the most cost-effective ways to prevent stroke, which is the #1 cause of death in China, in rural communities. And so that will involve about 100 villages from 5 different provinces around China. Well, the George Institute China is the coordinator of this centre, and the centre really involves a partnership with a number of different players. In China, the principal partner is the Peking University Health Science Center. In the US, it's Duke University. We also have a partner in the UK, Imperial College London. And of course, one of the major partners will also be the Chinese Ministry of Health. The George Institute China has been chosen to host the centre largely because of its relatively unique track record in research on chronic diseases across a wide spectrum, from cardiovascular disease on the one hand to musculoskeletal conditions on the other. And it also, because it's part of an international collaboration, can draw on resources from all around the world. So the funders of this new Centre of Excellence are the United States National Institutes of Health and also United Health, a large American healthcare insurance company. In addition, we expect to be able to raise funds from around the world that will double or triple the funding that we've received today. Well, this is the first such centre that's been established in China, and I think it's a recognition, a global recognition, that the management of chronic disease is not only an important issue for China, but it's actually an important issue for the world. And therefore, I think, although our centre is relatively small to begin with, this could be seen as a watershed that will really herald an entire change in the priority given to the control of chronic disease in China and the resources that will flow as a consequence.